The McEwen Petroleum Waimate 50 Festival of Motorsport is an iconic event on the New Zealand motorsport calendar, with a proud, rich heritage dating back to 1959, where a young Bruce McLaren took the first checkered flag. The 2016 edition was held over Labour weekend, with much of the small South Canterbury town involved. A bumper crowd would be enforced to soak up the excitement at one of the last remaining street racing events in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a great event and great to have a street race in New Zealand still going. It's a lot of fun and good to see a great turnout.
Oh, it's a great event. It just shows you what a small town can do, and I enjoy it. And they put on such a good show, and it's good to see the town and the council, you know, all the officials getting behind it. And it's a real credit to the town. And you know, long may it last. It's a very good weekend and a fun event.
Drivers and teams came from all around the country for the festival, revelling at the chance to compete on the fast 2.5 kilometre long street circuit.
Yeah, it's really awesome, Privileged to be a part of it, especially in the invitation race. Absolutely awesome, man. They come from all across the country, man. You know, all these drifters and that travel a long way, and yeah, I mean, it's an iconic event in New Zealand, and awesome to bring it to our town.
Oh, just the community spirit, and that's what's good about rural communities in New Zealand. They just get right behind it, and there's just hundreds or thousands of people that put an effort in to make this happen, and it's just great to be asked to be part of it. It's just perfect.
There was plenty of sideways action on the track, the fast and technical layout keeping the drivers busy behind the wheel.
You're busy, like you're real busy, you're forever changing gears. You're busy. You're busy in the car. The road's not smooth out the other side. I swear we're getting the cars almost off the ground. Like it's you're an active person in the car, so it's good.
2016 marked 50 years since the inception of the Waimate 50. Race fans of all ages enjoying the sights and sounds.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love to be here.
And what's your favourite car out there?
Dan.
Part of the entertainment sees the North vs South Drift Challenge, with two-time New Zealand champion and international drift star Dan leading the lineup, with 4 North Island-based D1NZ teams making their way south to join the show.
So we bring a good bunch of guys from the D1NZ crew, and we're going to put on an awesome show tonight, and we're just having a couple of practice runs today. You know, people walked away from here last year saying it was probably one of the best, you know, drifting events they've actually been to, you know, and in such a small little town, and not to full competition mode. Maybe, you know, we're all just having fun and putting on a display of what drifting's about.
Awesome event, stoked their fingers got us down here, and unreal how they've shut the whole town down to have this event. It's pretty sick. I remember doing the V8 supercars in Hamilton, same sort of atmosphere.
So much fun, such a cool little track. Pretty slippery, but so much fun, and seeing how into it all the crowd are. They're all hanging over the fence and yelling and screaming. It's awesome. One of the most fun events I've been in the car for a long time.
Drifting seemed to rub off on the rest of the racing competitors. Fan favourite Brent Collins tearing up the course in the Don Grinley NASCAR V6 powered RX-7.
Yeah, such history, right? Don Grinley built this car back in 83 through 85. They spent some ridiculous amount of money building it years ago. Had a rotary in it initially, now it's running a wee V6 Buick motor, which is an ex-Grand National NASCAR engine. It's a bit of fun out there, but it's very hard to get traction. You would think that the slicks would warm up and hook up, but they actually don't, so it's quite hard. And these little cars that are only maybe 150 horsepower can nearly keep up because we just can't get that power on the ground. Oh, it's great. It's a real adrenaline rush, and I haven't been doing any car racing for a while, so it's good fun. Great to see the drifters down here and putting a good show on for the crowd as well.
The highlight of the McEwen Petroleum Waimate 50 is the Ellis-Lea Farms Invitational races. The 12-lap sprints pay tribute to the original street races of which the Waimate 50 is named after. 20 historic cars line up to do battle on the streets in the final feature race of the weekend. At the front of the pack, it was a sideways scrap between former NZ V8 pilot Johnny Hepburn and his Holden Monaro HQ, with Brent Collins in the RX-7 in behind. Following closely in third was Bruce Brown in his Datsun Triple S, gaining ground to the front with Hepburn and Collins battling for the lead. Having topped the earlier races, it was a safe bet to see Collins dicing for the lead, finally getting a move on Hepburn's Monaro. With clear air out in front, the Collins RX-7 would break away. Bruce Brown in the Datsun now launching an attack on the Holden in second. Bruce Brown couldn't get it done until the next lap, firing down the outside, heading into the final turn and moving up into second place. By now, Brent Collins would open up a huge gap in the lead, sending it sideways in front of the crowd lap after lap. With the brown Datsun battling, lap traffic time was running out for a dice at the lead. Brent Collins and the Don Grinley RX-7 grabbing victory for the weekend.
Bloody brilliant, and Ken McEwen and Rob Aikman for setting it up, and they've done a fantastic job. Oh, it's good fun, and hopefully we get bigger crowds, and they do get this proper race back, so there can be more races here. It'd be great.
For more information about the McEwen Petroleum Waimate 50 Festival of Motorsport, visit waimate50.co.nz. For more video action from the street racing, including raw clips, interviews and the North vs South Drift Challenge, stay tuned to the Waimate 50 Facebook page and subscribe to Oversteer TV on YouTube or on our website at oversteertv.co.nz.